There's one category in the United States silver dollars that we love to talk about. We just don't have the opportunity often, well, because there are just no coins out there. The early 1800s, we had the seeded dollar. And we see those every once in a while, but they are special. The Morgan dollar is our true love. It's the #1 collector coin in the country, followed by the peace dollar. But in between that time frame, with U.S. expansion into the world, we had a very unique, heavy dollar. They called it the trade dollar. It was issued from 1873 to 1878. Tonight, a couple are in stock, finally. So the idea behind this is the fact that our monetary system was built on the 8 real, the Spanish silver dollar. Right? 2 bits, 4 bits, 8 bits a buck. We remember those phrases from when we were children. But they also based it on a circulated dollar. So the world's trade in silver dollars, the Spanish and others, were a little bit heavier than the U.S. dollar because we based ours on a slightly worn coin. It is what it is. At the time it made sense, I'm guessing, right? That's 250 years ago. So to help improve the trade concept in the Orient, again, China was opening, Japan was opening, Commodore Perry, all the fun stuff, right? Remember the movie The Last Samurai? That was that time frame in history. The gates were opening, but the Spanish milled dollar, the portrait dollars, because they were a little bit heavier, carried weight. So the U.S., to compete, made a special silver dollar only for export, known as the trade dollar, and you're looking right at it. It was made from 1873 to 1878. The difference is basically a couple of grams of silver, but it matters. The Morgan is 26.73 melt. This is 27.22 melt. 720 grains, as it says on the reverse right here. That mattered. So what happened? These coins were sent over in trade, and then ever heard the word chop marks, right? The various merchants would take their mark and hit the coin, saying they've seen it, they've authenticated that it's real, and then it gets traded amongst the other merchants in the area. When the Morgan dollar was introduced in 1878, right, we just took this off the table and just said, hey, you got to stick with our coin or not. So when these coins came back, what do you think the United States Mint did? Let's put them out there in circulation to compete with the Morgan dollar. This one's a little bit heavier. So they destroyed everything that came across their doors. The ones that survived are the ones that stayed over there, or were just kept in collectors' hands for 140 plus years. Think about that. Now, all of our coins are hand selected. We have a mixture of Philadelphia and San Francisco coins. So the San Franciscos will have the S mint mark on the back. They are beautiful, beautiful silver dollars, but talk about rarity. If you add up all of the trade dollars made between 73 and 78, they are fewer coins than they made just the first year of issue of the Morgan dollar, 1878. And again, our coins were made for here. These were made for trade worldwide, in the Orient primarily. But another number that always just makes me smile, and I'm a numbers geek. You've heard me say it probably 5 times tonight. If you look at how many Morgan dollars have been certified in the last 40 years by NGC and PCGS, ICG, all the big 5, right? It's in excess of 8.5 million Morgan dollars. Now, right behind that is the peace dollar, right? And the global number there is a little under 2 million. Again, the Morgan reigns supreme, 8 million to a couple of million, right? If you add up all the trade dollars, every mint mark and every grade, you're going to get about 40,000 coins. Not million, 40,000 coins. So, there you have it. Talk about rarity. Outright special. Now, The reason why we have all of ours certified, there is this untoward process that happens out there in the world. And we see it all the time. And it is on this coin specifically. I mean, if you look at the auction sites, they have 1893 Carson Cities in uncirculated condition for $25. We know that's a multi-thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars if it's a real coin. But it's allowed, and it is what it is, right? Just buyer beware. On a lot of these, they're getting really good at it. There's a weight index, obviously. There's also a sound index. You ever drop a coin and you hear a sound and, hey, that one doesn't sound right. That also plays in. But whenever we deal with the trade dollar, we always have them independently certified. We just want to verify that you know this is a real coin. And again, it's in the cost. My competition, $4.99 to $5.49. If I buy more than one, will I? Right now, the way it looks, yes. I got 2 or 3 different dates in stock. I know I saw a 74, I saw 77S's, 78S's, 77P's. So I saw a couple of different dates, but it will be random. The whole deal tonight for this low price is owning the rarest of dollars issued by the U.S. Mint. And it was a dollar that many of us didn't even know existed, possibly until this conversation here this evening. Guys, give me a 30-second clock, please. So talk about special, talk about history. The U.S. Mint makes a coin to use for trade in the Orient. It's the trade dollar. It's 420 grains, which is heavier than that of the Morgan and or the predecessor, the seated dollar. When they come back to the States, when we kind of say that we've had enough, we're going to continue on. Everything's destroyed. That's the way it works. So finding survivors is the key. Well, ours are certified, so we know they're real. We thank our friends at ICG for helping us with this project. It's just, if you're looking for a rare dollar, this is the coin in the show tonight.